Newcam High Cheerleading Club as well. And I think we're gonna have a special clip now.
Oh shoot.
I'm so sorry that I can't be down at San Diego Comic-Con with all of you. Big congratulations to Macon and to Lloyd and to the amazing cast that I'm so honored to be part of. And I'm absolutely thrilled that Toxic Avenger is finally coming to theaters, and we're going to be able to see all of this crazy wackiness that has been created. It's such a fun movie, and I am such a big supporter of us going out and going to theaters and seeing films like this. And if you like this kind of content, then you gotta get to the theater and you gotta support it and support the filmmakers and what I think is a hilarious, punk, fun, bloody ride. So let me see if I can sing a little song about it. Well, with the help of my salt shaker. Let's see. Staying at home gonna make you blue. To the theater, try your luck. Toxic Avenger, show the fuck up.
Megan, y'all. It's gonna be Megan. All right, before we get started with some questions, Megan, I'm wondering if you have some opening remarks?
I do have some opening remarks. First of all, I'd like San Diego Comic-Con for hosting this amazing event. This is a giant room. It's a thrill to be here. Thank you all for being here. And I want to thank Legendary for getting this movie made in the first place. Cineverse for getting it out into the world in the first place. And of course, none of us would be here at all if not for Lloyd Kaufman and Michael Hers. Troma.
Thank you, Macon. Thank you.
Yes, sir. The concept of making this movie, the idea that we wanted the ends of this character and the ties in this Troma universe, we've kept it alive for to feel served and seen, and so that's how we approached the making of this movie, to make something for them. And the the phrase that I had in my mind about it was not going to be for everybody. For the people that it is for, it's very much for them. So I'm thinking that's all y'all. So
There's another giveaway.
Oh, Lloyd, did you have anything you wanted to add?
It isn't just a movie. It's making a movie, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
Macon's Toxic Avenger is better than the Troma version. As good as making a movie is a real movie with thoughts and the political satire and the wit and the underdog aspect and the family. We tried and didn't quite get there, but Macon has made it all his own. And thank you, and thank you, of course, to this amazing cast of people who have been so nice to a person who lives deep in the underground. Very nervous. And thank you again to Cinelli's, who've been so making us into a nice family, and to you guys, well, bosom, so to speak.
Thank you, Lloyd.
He's in the bathroom.
So Lloyd, take a look behind
For
you.
the high humor.
Keep the last one.
Okay.
Oh, okay, thank you. With the ticket.
We have something behind you, Lloyd.
Wait now, just wait a minute.
Yes.
Well, on behalf of the Troma tribe, on whose sacred area of ground this building was built, the Troma Hawks, we pass the mop to the future.
Oh.
Mr. Macon Blair.
They got it. Passing of the mob.
Wow.
All right, we're going to get into the movie here, Macon, and I'm going to start with you here. When you knew you were going to make your own Toxic Avenger movie, what did you want to tackle first?
The important thing, I think, when people are, if they're a fan of the original and they're telling someone who hasn't seen it to check it out, I think what they're probably talking about is it's so funny, it's so chaotic, it's so over the top. So it was more like the vibe of the original that we wanted to carry into this one. I didn't feel like we wanted to do the exact same story beat for beat because the first one is so singular and it's done so perfectly. It's like, why follow in those exact footsteps? But I felt like if we could get the spirit and the heart of the original with a new character, with a new journey, then that would be the best way into it. So I wanted it to feel like the original as much as possible, you know.
In order to make it feel like the original, did you have any non-negotiables from the outset?
Well, I mean, you knew that he had to have a tutu, you knew that he had to have a mop, and I was pretty consistent it's going to be a performer in a suit, in other words. I didn't want to do a CGI version. I felt like that's what people would expect, would be a performer in a suit. Wanted it to be rated R just so that it could have the goopy goodness that people would expect. And I also, you know, I feel like those originals are actually, for all the kid getting run over by a car and all this going on, they're very sweet. You know, there's a real sweetness. And I wanted to carry it over as well.
Is he
too.
the Terrifier guy? Terrifier
In spite
director?
of all the blood and guts,
too?
or in addition to
I don't know,
blood and
look it
guts,
up.
a warm-hearted movie.
Speaking of the original, what's the special sauce of the original film that has appealed to fans and kept them coming back for more than 4 decades?
Well, the word of mouth, tiny, of the that runs the or the censoring. They chopped off Toxy's legs. They took 20 minutes out of the original, whereas Canada 45 seconds. So the movie got screwed. But actually, people get the directors head crushing that I think Spielberg used in his next film, and Scorsese's been using head crushing too now. But finally, a word of mouth. Can't buy it. Rupert Murdoch, with all the money, he cannot buy word of mouth. Can't do it. It's got to be the fans. It's thanks to the fans that Troma's here for 52 years. Thank you.
Elijah, I want to go to you next. Consistent in the horror genre in all forms, from blockbuster film to TV for many years. Why do you love the horror genre so much? What is it about it?
I love horror genre in general because of
guy's
the
a
possibilities.
Lord of the
you know,
Rings guy.
I think it's genre film, which horror is part of, allows for anything in ways that restrict a little bit if it's something that feels like a standard drama or a standard comedy. And I love those restrictions being lifted. This movie is filled to the brim with ideas and fun and playing with the medium. And this wouldn't be possible if it was sort of confined within a box. And that's what I love about genre. And it constantly changes and more. And you know, so many brilliant directors that we have come to know and love started in genre because it's cheap and easy to produce. You can kind of, you know, the thing that you make with your friends, and you grab a camera and a high 8 or Super 8 or whatever, like Steven Spielberg did, and then you make kind of horror movies and you cut your those things, and that sort of, you know, it gives you the tools to to explore.
He's Frodo, right?
There's a lot of imagination in genre and horror.
You know, as horror characters go, your character Fritz is instantly iconic, I would say. Where do you see your character Fritz going from here?
Well, I don't ruin it for anybody who hasn't seen the film. He's got there's a beating in there. You know, he's doing his brother's dirty work. He's managing nuts. You'll come to know who the killer nuts are when you see the film.
That's him.
I don't know. He probably continues to manage the nuts after this, and I don't know. We'll see. I believe that he's got a real heart, though.
For a treat, Fritz, I'm telling you. Taylour Paige,
Yeah.
the chemistry between you and Toxy is one of the best parts of the movie.
Thank you.
For real. What is the most fun part of playing a wildly unpredictable character like Toxy?
Keeping me on my toes, being able to talk a little. I guess I shouldn't say S-H-I-T, right? But I just spelled it. Spontaneity. And this guy.
What about?
We have a little ongoing beef. So, Peter.
I have a beef. Sorry, we're gonna clear some air in front of all of you people.
In front of all of you.
Taylour and I.
It's amazing.
It's great on the screen. It's amazing. Jacob, folks who watch this movie are going to quickly realize that you've got some pretty good moves. To me, it feels like you're holding back for much of the movie. Is that right? Where has this dancing been?
It came from nowhere. Really, we're just really having fun with it, and I will say, part of this film for me was just having a really good time on set, and I think you can really see that through the end picture. I think for me, the one thing I got off from this, for playing in this this role, and specifically this dance sequence, was Napoleon Dynamite. Definitely, just the way he was able to just let go and get into the groove and just pretend there was no one there. It was just so awesome. And I just had such a great time, and just the choreography and just what I could do to make it look weird, but just fun, you know.
Did you get to do your own choreography for some of the scenes?
Yeah, we worked with a choreographer who was really good. All on Zoom during just me, just I cleared the space, running around my hotel room, just that. Was incredible. Finally gets it together, and I'm really excited for everyone to see it. It's really neat. Thank you.
Great answers. All right, Peter, time for you here.
Peter.
Wow, you don't have to.
A visit to your IMDb page reveals that you've played kings, tyrants, and heroes, but never a mop-wielding super. What was it about this role and this character that drew you the most?
Well, I've never played a mop-wielding superhero. So here we go. No, this guy right here, the creator, the original. I grew up in New Jersey. Yes. And you know, and environmental concerns are still an ongoing thing now so more than ever. But sort of the great way to get into that is through satire, through the back door, and you reach a lot of people that way through humor. And I was such a huge fan of Macon Blair as and his work that this just felt so perfect and necessary and needed. And yeah, it was an easy guess.
Now, when I was right before this panel,
I've played a tyrant.
say that again?
I've played a tyrant? I don't remember playing a tyrant. Okay. You said I played a tyrant. What tyrant did I play? An I beg your pardon? I don't remember my character's name, but he was no tyrant.
This is the
He was a
ongoing beef.
book publisher.
This is exactly.
How dare you?
It's Tyrion.
That
It's a
provides-
typo. He's saying Tyrion.
Children, your households with Christmas love every year. All right, Miles Finch, Tyrant.
In speaking with you all prior to this panel, you all spoke really warmly about working with Macon. Clearly, a director you all respect. Peter, can you kind of encapsulate?
Yes, Mr. Blair. Yes, Mr. Blair.
Make it good.
Can you kind of describe what makes Macon such a special director?
Well, he's an incredible actor. Yeah. It's really fun to work with an actor. We have a consideration, actors have a consideration for what we go through. Our bodies are our instruments. I want to talk shit about you right now. Okay, he sucks. No. Macon is kind and considerate and gracious and open to ideas and collaborating. And it could be the stupidest idea. And he's like, okay, let's try it. And then he's like, and it's just, it's inspiring. It's
just a guy.
It's expansive. It's fun. We're having fun. We're making movies.
I love how
This is a good movie.
Yeah.
it's like true of all the artists I love.
He
about
didn't
how
wear
the world is
Yeah,
more
when you walk
angled.
close,
I
he
think
just looks like a
that's
guy. But then
inspired
when you walk
and makes
away, and
great
you get the
art.
big screen. It's like, oh, dang.
That's
this
getting
is-
really
Amen.
I didn't even recognize it.
I don't know.
I only recognize him.
Great human, great writer. I don't know what else to say.
He's really good at basket weaving.
Knows how to make a grilled cheese sandwich. Very particular about it. Cheeseburgers, actually. Particular about cheeseburgers.
Macon, was there any practical effect or scene that was particularly disgusting or challenging to execute?
Like Kelly.
There's one. Spoilers? We can do spoilers. Yeah,
What's your call?
There was one. I mean, nothing was discussed like the Briar Patch for me because when we were first ourselves how to make movies as kids, before we were getting into story writing or anything like that, it was about special effects, like how to do makeup and blood and guts and that sort of stuff. And so this was like a return to, you know, making a movie in 7th grade with your buddies in that respect, which was a lot of fun. So it wasn't disgusting. There was spoiler where somebody ends up, say, hypothetically head first in the engine block of a car, and it gets turned on, and they get kind of ground up, sort of Cuisinart style. And that was just a lot of parts and pumping fluids that we had to coordinate to out of trial and error, but we finally got it right. But it was, yeah, that was probably the steepest hill to climb.
Lloyd, a love an Easter egg, and this movie is packed with a lot of Easter eggs. Did you have a favorite callback in the movie?
The commissioner of the great city of New York is in the audience, and I'm lucky enough to be married to her, but Macon has a store in the Tromaville Street called Pat's Butcher Shop, I believe.
Yeah.
Which is, if you've been married for 51 years, it's a perfect thing here. By the way, may I say something? Speaking of Toxic Avenger and Comic-Con, it's a long haul, obviously, but we stand on, I'm 80 years old, we stand on the shoulders of many great filmmakers, but had helped two major con people, Stan Lee, with whom I was friendly for 50 years, who got the Toxic Avenger comic book done and all sorts of stuff for us, and we wrote a script, almost a script that these guys are going to make, Night of the Witch. Also, Roger Corman, who was last, who also a 50-year friend who helped Troma a lot and helped us meet people, and is the executive producer of Lily Hayes Kaufman's new movie, Occupy Cannes, about the Cannes Festival, and Toxy's got a major part in it. Not the beautiful Toxy, but not the better Toxy, but the old Toxy is in that movie. Anyway, Stan Lee and Roger Corman are really a major part of why we got to where Troma is, without a doubt. as well as Charlie Chaplin, Samuel Fuller, John Ford, Woody Allen, Stan Beck. And our fans. Troma is a fan-run, fan-fueled company. Everybody who's ever worked or been in our movies, they were all fans. It's all our employees. I mean, James Gunn was a fan who worked for us, and so many others. Fan-fueled. We've been so lucky.
That's awesome. All right, this next question is for the actors. We'll start with Jacob and move down to Peter here. Question is really about the creative swings in this movie. A lot of big swings here, and as an actor, I would imagine it's a lot of fun to take some fun, safe, creative risks. So the question is, what's a big creative risk you took in this movie that you're most proud of?
I don't know if it was really a creative risk because it kind of just happened. I think we were doing. Well, it was the dance scene, but it was after the dance happened. He does this thing where he smashes watermelons and stuff on the stage. But we have this bat, and I don't know if you remember this, but I'm smashing it, and we must have done this so many times. But I smashed it, and the bat like broke, completely swung. I was worried. I just remember it. It was such a moment that was just in the flow, and it was just really fun, and yeah, it just I had a great time doing that, and just seeing all like the practical effects and all that was. And really like kind of a creative also just like watching Peter was just incredible in this film, just like just seeing what he did. There's so many scenes where I have to act like I'm unhappy with him because he's my stepdad and I'm kind of grumpy and this and that, but I had to hold it together and just pretend I didn't absolutely love this guy.
Thank you. The band is called Smashing Watermelon.
Yeah.
Taylor, what about you?
Guys, I'm 3 months postpartum. My baby brain is like, I've spit up on me. I'm like, I don't know how to formulate sentences, but let's see, we did this 4 years ago. I got to roll off of a hill with a hard drive that was actually rubber, but like pretty, how high up was that mountain in Sofia, Bulgaria? What was that?
700 feet.
700 feet. I rolled down a 700-foot hill. I wheelbarrowed down. I think it was also just my idea.
You said 7, not 700.
700?
No, he said 7 foot.
Okay. Look, I gave the disclaimer. I can't put sentences together. But being able to, I got to improv a lot. Got to jump off of shit. I said shit.
S-H-I-T.
There were a couple times where I'm like, I can do this, because I was a dancer first, and Macon's like, we can't have you break your legs. We're in the middle of COVID. Like, we need, and I'm like, I can do it. I got to pretty much do almost all my own stunts and hit someone in the head with a toilet. I can keep going, and this isn't about me, so Elijah, your turn.
Creative swings. The moment I got the script, Macon sent it with a conceptual drawing of what Fritz was going to look like, and I was so thrilled. This greasy, stringy-haired, mostly bald, hunched over with a cane, sickly, and I read the character, and it was unlike anything I'd ever played. So look, the opportunity to transform is really fun. It's so fun to get to play in that sandbox, and what Macon did with this film was create a really fucking cool sandbox for all of us to mess around and play around in. It was a total blast, and to transform in that way, and the voice was something that was the last part that I hadn't quite figured out. He's very sickly, coughs a lot. He's not well. Yeah, it was born that way, guys. But that was the bit that it was the last second I was kind of anxious about it, and I think it was during a camera test or something. I sort of tried it out. It's great, whatever. I'm like, all right, cool, hey, going with that.
Peter.
The greatest risk.
Creative risk you're most proud of in the movie.
Okay. Well, I guess I had to relinquish control of about 70% of my performance. And I'm a control freak, especially when it comes to...
Are you?
There is some history there.
Just breathe. Okay. She didn't mean it. She didn't mean it. 70% of my, over 70% of my performance is not me. It's Louisa, our incredible stunt body double, who was in the toxic prosthetic suit in 100-degree weather for 3 months in Bulgaria. And I shot for about 4 weeks at the beginning of the movie. And then Louisa took over. And she did everything that you see as the toxic creature. And for me, that was a real exercise in trust, in relinquishing something that was really important to me. But we knew going in that was the deal, part of the agreement. And it turned out to be the best decision this movie, everybody made, because you put me in that in 100-degree weather, and you're going to hear the inner diva in me complaining. So that was, and it was sort of perfect, because then we laid down all my voice on top of it in post, and Louisa and I rehearsed. She studied all of my movements like a hawk, and does a better me than I do of me. So that was sort of a leap of faith and trust that I had to overcome, which turned out to be absolutely exhilarating for me.
Now, Macon, I lied. I said this was just going to be for the actors, but they've given such thoughtful answers. I'm curious, as a director, what was a creative risk you were proud of?
I think it was just trusting that if the things in the movie were funny to me, that it would find a home with an audience, and some subsection of folks out there would also find it funny. And that's what I trusted, and that's what I went with, but that was sort of the metric for what was in the movie and what wasn't, was just like if it gave me a chuckle or not. So that's what I trusted, and we'll see how that lands, but that was sort of the compass I was working with.
That's awesome. We're going to now have some fans ask some questions for Macon, Lloyd, and the cast. So I'd like to invite you to step up to the microphone to ask your question, and just a friendly reminder to be respectful to our panelists and to one another.
Hey guys, my name's Sam.
Hey Sam.
Hi.
Hey Sam.
Hi. So I noticed that the Toxic Avenger uses a mop in a lot of action sequences. My question's for the cast. Is there any other janitorial equipment you guys would use to fight evil?
Well, that's such a good question. I would just push everyone in a trash can, I guess.
Squeegee?
I mean, I used a toilet,
As a weapon.
but I guess I would also take soap.
Yeah.
Put it all over the bathtub, put you in the bathtub, and then push you so you'd slide and fall and hit your head. Within the context of this film. Obvious.
Windex in the eye would hurt. Oh, here's a tyrant. Look, everybody, a tyrant is here.
That's really named by Elf. The
My
tyrant.
question is for Peter, aka Miles Flinch.
Naturally. What's it like to play a tyrant?
Let me know. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
No, my question for you is, when you got the role, did you rewatch the movies, the cartoon, or read any of the comics to prepare for your character?
Are we talking about Toxic Avenger? Okay. Sorry, the costume. Thought it was specific to something else in my canon. No, again, I was very well aware of Lloyd's amazing original Toxic Avenger. I was like the exact perfect age for it. It was the time of Betamax and VHS, and it was R-rated, so somebody had an older brother. There was always an older brother. Macon and I were talking about this earlier, that somebody had that, you know, and their parents were like not around. My parents watched Masterpiece Theater and made us read books. But my friend had an older brother, and we got the Betamax copy of it, and it felt taboo, and it was awesome, and there was like some nudity in it, and it was like, cool, this is wild. And we live in New Jersey. Yes, again. So it was fantastic. So yes, I had that of course, in my brain going into this one, and you know, and then you can just completely reimagined it all.
Your costume's dope.
Oh, she's coming.
I can get angry
this
really
guy.
quick.
Wow, he gets in front of the line fast.
By the way, a little known fact, Peter. Not just older brothers brought home the Toxic Avenger video cassette. Because of the poster, originally it looked like a cartoon. Many grandmothers brought it home, put it in the video cassette player, and then left the room with the little kiddies watching it. The psychiatry industry.
Grandma's gonna go have her cigarette and her scotch.
Wow. Psychiatrists.
Where are their cheerleaders?
I don't know.
On stage.
Question for Peter
time.
Dinklage, and my question is:
There's other people up here.
since you have co-stars who
There's other people
have
up
respected
here.
you to the point that they're worried about working with you, how do you work with your
These people don't
co-stars?
respect me. Sorry.
How do you work with your co-stars to bring out your best performance and help them bring out their best performances in the roles they're in?
Good luck.
I mentioned that 75% of it wasn't me, right? No, I mean, Jacob, the youngest person up here, is one of my favorite actors. You're only as good as the actors you work with, truly. And if they don't bring their game, you don't bring theirs. You don't bring yours. It's such a experiment in trust, and it's a strange profession because you just meet each other and then you're doing these scenes together. But no, it's everybody up here is top notch, lucky.
Hello, I'm Nico Holt. This goes out to Peter Dinklage.
You ever see Lord of the Rings?